Wednesday episode 5 was just a perfectly normal, enjoyable episode of Wednesday. It wasn't anything particularly distinct. I was a little disappointed that they came back from this hiatus with not an especially memorable episode. And then episode 6 is, I think, the best episode of the show of both seasons so far. I absolutely fell in love with the episode. It highlighted the acting talents of both of the lead actresses in the show, not just Jenna Ortega, but the girl who plays Enid. It's really a wonderful. I want to watch it again. It was a wonderful episode from my point of view. It's interesting that we now got a lot more backstory to who some of these characters were at the beginning of the season and the arcs of these people. Now I don't know, because the big issue, at least they claim the issue that her premonition, what was going to happen to Enid, they claim in episode 6 has been resolved. I don't know if it's really been resolved, but now I'm interested to see where it goes from here. Has it been resolved? I have a feeling it hasn't quite been resolved.
Listen, I love this episode, Kamran. Mm-hmm. This episode was just cranking on different levels. Yeah. The like you said, the two, if you could say, the two lead actresses, right? Yes. Which is of course Jenna, and then Enid, played by what's her name, Emma Myers. Mm-hmm. Wow. I put this picture up, guys, because here is the color palette, the personality palette of two very different people. Don't forget the Reddit for a second. Enid, so colorful, rainbows, and then the lattes and the coffees. Wednesday.
Yeah.
There is a soul transference in this episode where Wednesday's in Enid's body, Enid's in Wednesday's body, and boy, these actors went to town having fun, basically mimicking each other, man.
Yeah,
mimicking each other.
The body language, it was perfect.
and Kamran, yeah, I mean, both were great, but Jenna, she had to do a lot more. I don't know, maybe it's because it was Wednesday having to do. You're so used to seeing Wednesday physically one way, than being Enid trying to be Wednesday. Absolutely brilliant, man, and to even have a bizarre smile coming across Wednesday, that was really, really good, Kamran.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the opening was. I sensed where it was going to go from the opening, because I was just so delighted by the opening. The opening of the episode starts with already Enid in Jenna's Wednesday's body, and she just goes off and explodes like sunshine, as Enid's personality would be in Wednesday's body, to the shock of everyone in the school who don't understand what's happening to Wednesday. And I was in love with the episode from that moment.
I mean, I think you kind of like you hit it right. Like the first episode 5, it was decent, but this was gangbusters, and this was challenging for these actors. And I got to think that Jenna wanted to be challenged. She just didn't want to do another Wednesday season 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and now they're expanding things. They're trying stuff, right? They're trying new things, which I like. This whole season is expanding the world, and we get into the psychological stuff. This whole episode is about getting not just in each other's bodies, but getting into each other's heads. So they really explore what's making the other person tick. And it's the first time where, Enid can voice what Wednesday's insecurities are and her pathologies are, which, she hides behind the arrogant persona, which again humanizes her deeply.
So I'm showing photos here because it's Enid in Wednesday's body, and she decides to do, and you're right, man, the mental, we have fights with friends, right? They're fighting each other as friends in each other's bodies. So what does Enid do? She starts wearing color. She starts putting on makeup. She does a dance in front of everybody. And of course, Wednesday, the physical Wednesday, the body, she's got an allergic reaction to color. Man,
it's like a physical body reaction. It's not just psychological allergy.
Right. I mean, this was This was excellent, man. This was excellent.
It's not quite at the level of the Buffy musical, which blew me away. The Buffy, that's like one of the greatest episodes of television in history, but it's certainly surprising, and I think it's the best episode of the show.
I think it's up there with that episode where Jenna's dancing from scene in season 1 where she does her dance. It's it's very memorable. This is probably even more higher tier because there's so many different characters doing the business that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of, Lady Gaga makes her appearance finally as the character. Let me get the name here, guys.
It's a ghost from the past.
Rosalind Rotwood.
Yes. And
she is able to grant Wednesday the power to get back into each other's bodies. But she says is that you two guys have to know each other's deepest secrets, basically. That was pretty cool. What did you think of Lady Gaga in this?
I mean, I think Lady Gaga still wants to push herself as an actress. I've never bought it. I'm still not buying it, right? And I don't care how much the system tries to push her as such. I think she's an incredible singer, and she should just stick to what she's got. So that's my view. But she is the kind of weird, creepy person that this cast is filled with actors that are known for creepiness, and she's kind of a creepy person in real life.
So it was serviceable. She serviced the story. She didn't ruin it so far.
Yeah, but it was stunt casting that I didn't appreciate. It took me out a little bit.
Oh, it did
for me. Because one day I'll tell you. In the future, I'll tell you my past with a project about Lady Gaga.
Fair enough. So there are a couple of things that I have problems with, but we'll get there. To me, they're minor. It didn't ruin it, but we'll get to it in a second. What a great writing decision, Kamran, to have this woman back.
I was so happy. She's great. I mean, she's such a wonderful actress, and she gets to play a really fun character when we got to see her in this Game of Thrones warrior thing, right? And she's such a broad range actress, and I'm glad to see her getting this kind of stuff, which is meaty and fun, and she's so memorable.
So now we're talking about Gwendolyn Christie. Yeah. Principal Weems is now Wednesday's spirit guide. But it's a spirit guide with opinions, with Weems' attitude. And this was so much fun to me. I so agree with you, because I was like, why is this great actor wasted in season 1? I mean, this was perfect. This is better than season 1.
Yeah, it is a better season. And I'm just hoping the next 2 episodes after such a high quality are not a disappointment, because now they've raised the bar. You know, this is the kind of thing you do as a finale episode. So they've got to keep it going. Something
interesting. Yeah, there are 2 more. We haven't seen 7 or 8. We're reviewing episode 6 of the new season. This was a nice serviceable scene. This is Grandmama, where Wednesday goes to visit and asks about Lady Gaga's character. Now, this is what did you think of so many female characters, where some of the complaints are like, oh, this thing is woke, it's too women, it's too many women. So there's some online bozos. I mean, what do you think about that?
If the characters weren't interesting, I would agree. These are really interesting characters. I mean, Grandmama is a fun, fascinating character, right? Gwendolyn Christie's character, they're all incredible characters. I would watch it. It's like saying Charlie's Angels is woke because there's hot chicks running around. There's a bunch of it's a show about women. It's a show about Wednesday, and a lot of her female friends are in this, and women's dynamic, and a lot of the dynamic of this episode is about her relationship with her mother. That's a psychological thing, which that's the point of it. So anyone who says that is just is low IQ and looking for desperate clickbaits.
So, as much as I loved this episode, I think it did miss the mark on the whole Day of the Dead, and unfortunately, it took a step back for me with Gomez Adams. They really don't know what to do with Gomez Adams, and it's a real shame. You know, because of what you said, there's so many strong female great characters. They're all really good. But they really have sidelined Gomez to where he goes to a Day of the Dead event at Pilgrim World and he schools the host saying something in Spanish, making a point to point out that you're being the cultural appropriator. I was like, one, this is totally inappropriate, but Gomez Adams would never give a shit about that. That was garbage, bro.
I really white people in Hollywood writing these characters. I mean, come on. They can't stop being white people in Hollywood, right? Trying to be cool.
So you bring up a good point, because in the movie they went after the whole Pilgrim thing when Christina Ricci relived, the slaughter of Thanksgiving, and they end up slaughtering all the Pilgrims. That was amazing. And I think they wanted to maybe achieve something like that. So they had the mariachis and were making fun of the culture, but it came out really flat and pretty lame. This is to me.
Yeah, whatever. But, I agree with Jen McMahon, who's in the chat, saying that she laughed at the haunted hacienda idea of it, right? Which I thought was very funny, right? I thought the joke was trying to be about how these Northeastern, liberal white people are trying to be cool, right? And open to Latino culture. That's the joke. And I thought it was funny. But
I think they could have went a lot further with it to make it clear and not use Gomez Adams as a foil, because Gomez is got other great things to do, right? I just thought it was really lame. And for them to be culturally on point with the Addams family's own Mexican ancestry, with the music they played in both seasons, then to do this, I really didn't like it. It really missed the mark for me, but it didn't ruin it for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine. I almost sense that you might have a comment on that. Obviously, I'm not as emotionally invested. I actually am fine with him as Gomez. I know you don't like him at all as Gomez. That's fine. But the overall episode is so remarkable, and I'm here.